At the time of the attack, he was living in Fort Pierce, Florida. He had been married and divorced. In 2012, Mateen attended the Hajj, an annual pilgrimage for Muslims to Mecca in Saudi Arabia. A year later, in 2013, the 29-year-old first turned up on the FBI's radar. Co-workers said he had made inflammatory remarks about terrorist ties. FBI Special Agent Ron Hopper today.
In the course of the investigation, Mateen was interviewed twice. Ultimately, we were unable to verify the substance of his comments, and the investigation was closed.
In 2014, Mateen came to the FBI's attention again after claiming ties to an American suicide bomber in Syria. But the Bureau determined their contact was minimal, and Mateen did not constitute a threat. But Mateen's ex-wife says her former husband used to beat her and had a dark and violent side stretching back years.
Emotional instability, sickness, he was mentally unstable and mentally ill. That's the only explanation that I could give, and he was obviously disturbed.
And a former colleague of Mateen's told the Florida Today newspaper he quit his job as a security guard after Mateen began stalking him. The co-worker, Daniel Gilroy, called Mateen unhinged and unstable and said he talked of killing people. But Mateen continued his work as a security guard and with no criminal record except a traffic ticket, within the last week purchased a handgun and an AR-15 assault rifle, the weapons he would use to murder dozens of innocent people. Mateen's father told NBC News that seeing two men kissing in Miami some time ago infuriated his son. But whether that singular incident motivated the deadliest shooting in U.S. history remains under investigation. Reporting live, Garrett Hake, WUSA 9.
Thank you, Garrett. And the mass shooting in Orlando prompted a heightened police presence at the Capitol Pride Festival here. WUSA 9's Stephanie Gelhardt is live in Northwest D.C. where that festival came to a close. So, Stephanie, did people have any apprehension about coming out to tonight's events?
Deborah, yes, we'll get to that in just a few moments. The festival wrapped up about an hour ago, and so far we haven't heard of any major security threat. So far, of course, that is the good news this evening. But as you can see, there's still a pretty heavy police presence behind me here. Police continue to swarm this area as a precaution after the mass shooting in Orlando.
And the whole thing makes it kind of scary coming to an event like this, or makes you a little nervous. But I mean, if you are too afraid and stay home, I mean, that's what terrorism is. So
Joe Wayard and thousands of others united together tonight at the Capitol Pride Festival, enjoying the music and making memories. Still, the massacre at the gay club in Orlando is top of mind.
It's very hard to process. It's nice to be out here amongst friends, and the LGBT, we get to choose our family, so our friends and family out here today.
Especially since Michael Stratton's friend is a regular at Pulse.
He's okay, yeah. I messaged him first thing this morning, so it's good.
The deadliest mass shooting in the United States and the nation's worst terror attack since 9/11 prompted police to increase patrols around today's festival.
And I think unhappy people find an external focus for their hatred, and I actually think it has nothing to do with being gay or trans. It's just that's the current target.
It's really, really sad what happened in Orlando, but this is a really big movement, and we were happy to be here.
We should be here. I think it's important that they don't scare us away. And there's a police presence here, and if we run and hide, a huge crowd, we don't scare easy.
And for many of those people, it was all about showing support for one another as well as those who lost loved ones in the Orlando attack. Reporting live tonight in D.C., Stephanie Gelhardt, WUSA 9.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. And vigil held by D.C.'s LGBT white
candlelight vigil going on for the victims of the Orlando emotional singing overall respond with hate.
And this no one is gonna make for
come being shared. Ramirez, WUSA 9.
DuPont Circle, mortar shootings, lit candles. Yeah.
Their preferences are no way.
And and or those spent across about 100 members and rainbow beef and Orlando. Simply Randy trying to find some love and happiness on this innocent lives. And Sarah wrote, action must be taken now. Darren tweeted, tears in my eyes, so could have easily been me last night. On the WUSA 9 Facebook page, we posted this photo that says, stop hate. Two simple words with a powerful meaning for thousands of people who are sharing, liking, and commenting on that post. You can head over to the WUSA 9 Facebook page to share your thoughts, concerns, and ideas on how we can all stop hate. Well, right now, the American flag flying at half-staff at the White House and at public buildings all across the country. President Obama said that the stars and stripes will be lowered as a mark of respect for the victims. The president's proclamation will keep the flags at half-staff through Thursday. Maryland flags will fly at half-staff across the state as well. Governor Larry Hogan today said that he's shocked and saddened by the senseless violence in Orlando. Hogan said that he reached out to Florida's governor to say the state is ready and willing to give any help that's needed. And the worst shooting in American history immediately reignited heated political debates over terrorism and gun control, especially on the campaign trail. Presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump reiterated his call to ban Muslims from entering the U.S., even though Omar Mateen was born in New York. In a statement, Trump criticized the president, saying he, quote, disgracefully refused to even say the words radical Islam. For that reason alone, he should step down. And if Hillary Clinton, after this attack, still cannot say those two words, radical Islam, she should get out of the race for the presidency. Now, in her statement, she said, we need to redouble our efforts to defend our country from threats at home and abroad. We're going to continue to post breaking news developments on our WUSA 9 app, and you're going to get alerts also, so you can always watch the live police updates on your phone. Oh, we have some new information on what seemed like a foiled plot at the LA Pride Parade. The police chief in Santa Monica, California, now going back on her statement. Earlier today, she said a man from Indiana with a car full of weapons and bullets told investigators he was headed to the Gay Pride Parade to do harm. The police chief now says that's wrong. The man was headed to the parade in West Hollywood, but never said what he intended to do there. Still, the man had previous gun convictions and had agreed to give up any weapons he had. The parade went on as planned. While remembering yet another victim of gun violence in Orlando, plans for a vigil for Voice alum and YouTube sensation Christina Grimmie. Plus, a chaotic scene in Silver Spring as a car runs into people. Howard?
Hey, Deborah, it was really hot earlier today, but the drier, cooler air is moving in, and Monday looks fantastic. Sunshine will start in the 50s and 60s, top out in the low 80s, but we have some issues for the second half of the week. Your 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
In the morning, minutes count. Wake up Washington.